Depreciation allows real estate investors to make millions of dollars each year and pay nothing in taxes. Depreciation is the reduction in value of an asset over its useful life. So as a real estate investor, if we buy a $500,000 property, we can depreciate 3.63% of that per year, or $18,150 each year for 27.5 years. And there's actually two ways we can increase the amount of depreciation we can take each year. The first being through bonus depreciation, and the second being through a cost segregation study. The cost segregation study will essentially allow us to look at the assets inside of the home, maybe that's the flooring, windows, roofing, HVAC, where we can depreciate that over 5, 7, or 15 years to accelerate the amount of depreciation we're able to take early on. Or, thanks to the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, we can now depreciate 100% of the property in the first year, but starting in 2023, that is phased out over the next 4 years equally. But depreciation itself isn't a free lunch. When you go to sell the property at a later date, that depreciation is recaptured and taxed as ordinary income up to 25%. But there's two ways you can actually completely avoid paying depreciation recapture and avoid the capital gain altogether. And that is through a 1031 exchange or step up in basis. 1031 exchange allows you to sell the real estate property, take the proceeds and the gains and the depreciation all together, put that into a new property that you've identified within 41 days, close within 180 days, and use the qualified intermediary. Then, at a later date, when you're no longer here, you can pass, and the value of that asset at the time you have passed is stepped up or down in basis to the fair market value of the property. So if we play out an example where I buy an investment property for $500,000, it grows in value to $750,000, I can then sell that $750,000 property, take all the depreciation and capital gain in that property, buy a new similar property within 45 days I've identified, 180 days I've actually closed, and then that $750,000 property that I purchased, now let's say that grows to $1 million. And then when I pass, my basis in that property of $750,000 gets stepped up in value to $1 million. So if my grandkids or kids or whoever wants to inherit this property inherits it, they can then sell the property for $1 million. And because it gets stepped up in basis from 750 to $1 million, and actually was originally stepped up from 500, 750 to $1 million, you then pay 0 in federal capital gains tax. You're welcome.